collection of rechargeables in the garage may soon have to make room for one more plug-in, your car.
Battery electric vehicles, also known as BEVs, are fully electric vehicles with rechargeable batteries and no gasoline engine. Sounds great, but where do we plug in away from home? David Knox with NRG Energy is here to explain how they're making it possible to plug in nearly everywhere. Good morning, David.
Good morning, Pamela. How you doing?
I'm fine. So how ready do you think typical drivers are to trade in their gas vehicles for electric ones?
Well, right now, I'd say they're not ready. We don't have a charging station yet. But the issue is that people need to have that range confidence, and that's what we're looking at doing in Houston. And that is that we are looking at having plans which will put a charger in your home, just like what you were talking about, put it in the garage there where you can charge up your car at night, and then also have a entire network of chargers all around Houston, going out around 25 miles from city center, that will allow you to get a charge while you're out doing what you need to do.
So range is kind of an issue for these vehicles. How far do they usually go? What's the average range on these cars?
Well, it depends on the car. They vary a lot, but most of them run from around just purely electric, around 50 miles to a couple hundred miles, and I think that will grow as the technology evolves. Our goal is to make it so you don't have to look very far or hard, and also we don't want you to be inconvenienced while you're charging. So I drove one of the cars home, and I had, if you'll excuse the phrase, I had half a tank of gas when I got home, plugged it in, ate dinner, went to bed, got up the next morning. I had a full tank of gas. I didn't do anything. I didn't have to go to a service station or anything. It was just there.
So how long does it take typically to get a good charge? I mean, if we go to, say, I know that you've put these in over at City Center. How long does it take for a car to get a meaningful charge?
Well, there's about 3 different types of chargers. One charger is based on your 120-volt home electricity. We don't recommend that because you get around 6 miles of range for every hour you're plugged in. That's just not adequate. We are going to be installing at homes and around town what's called the Level 2 charger, which is a 240-volt, which will give you about 25 miles of range for every hour you're plugged in. And that is great for overnight. That's great for while you're at work, and where you can leave the car and it can charge up for 3, 4, 5, 6 hours, whatever. But what do you do when you're out on town and you need to charge? And that's where we're really going to introduce something which will change the way people think about electric vehicles. What's called the Level 3 charger. It's a DC charger. It uses 480-volt electricity coming in and then has DC output which talks directly to the battery. It can charge up a car with about a 100-mile range to 80% in less than a half hour.
And we only have a few seconds left. So how does the charge on my wallet work?
Well, that's where we want to make it convenient, because you put a charger in your car, in your home, that's going to cost you about $2,000 to $2,500 up front. And what we're planning on doing is we're going to make a subscription where we'll lease you the charger, we'll put it in your home for nothing, and it will cost you $49 a month for that charger, and you have to pay the electricity. But we also have the ultimate plan, which is about $89 a month, which will give you the charger at home, will pay for the electricity you use at home, and also will give you unlimited access to this network across Houston. So for a 3-year period, you will know exactly how much you're going to pay for gas. Again, excuse using that phrase, but to keep people in the mindset, you'll know exactly how much you're going to pay for gas for the next 3 years for this car, and it'll be $89 a month.
All right. NRG's goal is to provide these range confidence, as you hear, so you can look for their EVgo charging stations throughout the city, and you can learn more about their system and battery electrical vehicles if you go to evgonetwork.com. Thanks for being with us, David.
Thank you, Charlie. Thank you, Pamela.
Looks like a road that you travel on when there's one day here and the next day gone. Sometimes you bend, sometimes you stand, sometimes you turn your back to the wind.